Hi, Uncle Jeff and Auntie Ann. I am here at 22305 Rancho Deep Cliff Drive in Westside Cupertino. This is listed at 1.788 million, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,983 square feet. So just a couple things to point out. I've already walked through the home, and this is actually a really nice community. Very well kept. The structures themselves are, like many in the area, on the older side for condos and townhomes. So this is built in 1976, but again, it's a well-maintained community. HOAs here are $860 a month, so they spend the money to keep it well kept. It's a really peaceful setting. We're surrounded by hills. Probably can't see very well from where I am right now, but you probably see the hills over there, but it kind of wraps around the entire property slash community. It is a gated community, although the gate was not closed when I came through. There is a gate, and it has a a prominent entrance for the community. This here is one thing to point out, because it is a door slash gate to another community on the other side. So it's very clear this is a manual door. There's a connection from that street into here. It's not part of this HOA, but just wanted to call out that this gate is here. It doesn't appear that people actually can automatically come in through, because there is a gate here. Here's a manual door release, and you have to pull it open, so it's not like electronic one where cars will come through here. So if you are interested, we'll probably need to find out more information about what kind of traffic actually comes through here. Outside of that, it's very peaceful. There's no noise that you can hear. There was a lawnmower going on earlier, but it's very, very quiet. Because we are at the base of the hills here. So we're away from a lot of the hustle bustle and the traffic. So I just wanted to point that out here in the beginning. This is a, technically this is, let's see, they're calling this a single family in the listing, but that's not accurate. So we'll need to look a little bit closer at the public records to determine my thinking that this is actually a townhouse. We are sharing only one wall. So it's the garage and then the back guest room. So that's good that the master bedroom does not touch or connect to your neighbor. So there's a shared wall within the garage there, and then the back room. So we'll walk down there, and I'll talk more about where the shared wall is. Okay, so right here we're on the entry. So as you go down the hallway here, we got an atrium in the middle. So this little outdoor atrium area. We got one room on either side. So master bedroom is on the right, and the other second bedroom is on the other side. Here we have the living area, and then I'll come back to the front door. Right off the front door is the kitchen to the right, and then a little kind of call this breakfast eating area that faces out to the street. So you're not going to get very much traffic coming through the street at all, assuming that nobody comes through that gate that I referenced earlier. But there surely should only be, the only traffic is that neighbor across the street, and then that's the only car that would pass by here. So even though this kitchen is facing out, you should still have good privacy, because we're at the end of this this community here in front of the gate. All right, so kitchen. I mean, a lot of this stuff, the only thing that's really new are the flooring and the radiant heaters on the floor, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So here's the kitchen. Everything's well kept, meaning well maintained. Some of it is old, right? So these tires are old. You can easily replace them if you needed to or wanted to. These appliances are on the older side, but it's again in good condition. So here you go. This is probably the original trash compactor that came with the property, and this is the original oven. You can just tell from the style that this was from the 70s. Okay, so this is the kitchen, and then again the breakfast nook area, and then right across is the dining room. So it does have an official, formal dining room. A couple other things to point out. I mentioned the radiant floors that are coming from underneath the new flooring. What's interesting is that there's actually vents. So you can see vents here in the walls, on the top of the walls. They're all throughout. There's another one over there. Each bedroom has it. There you have one here, one here. So even though they have the radiant floor heating, because they have the ductings already in the wall, and that's really what's expensive. Also, you know, this is under an HOA, so you'd have to get permission. But regardless, just a little side note there. The vents are already here, so if you wanted to add, for instance, air conditioner or an actual forced air heater, the vents are there, so you should be able to add it. Okay, so, but right now the heating is through the flooring. And as you called out, we don't really have a full analysis in terms of what the cost is. We can certainly ask the owner for the costs, and then also just, you know, we're in Cupertino, not too far away from Jeanette and Rand, so they can tell you how often they actually need heating throughout the year that they've been here for the last few years. And I'm just checking for cooling. I did not see an air conditioner outside. So, oh, there is AC. So there's AC, I just didn't see the AC unit. So there actually is central cooling already. So it's all coming out of these vents. So it'd be really easy if you wanted to add a furnace, and it probably costs around $5,000 to add a furnace to the existing ducting system to get heat into the building. Okay, so we're coming around again, cutting through the kitchen. We just came through the dining room, and then we're here in the we'll call this the family room. So the main living area. So one area that you could have your piano is right here, right? So you can have the piano here in this corner, in front of this window, so it wouldn't take up all of this this family room. If you really wanted to highlight the piano, you could put it right here in the middle of the room, so you have options. So again, in the corner over there, or right here, is a great place for the piano. And we're back here to the hallway. Here's a closet, so coat closet here in the front. You do have another sink, kind of a wet bar if you want, right here. And then I'll just come over to this area real quick, because this is another good place that you could put up the piano, right? You wouldn't be able to like perform in front of an audience because it's kind of tucked away, but this we'll call this like a den area. You could put the piano as well, and if you really wanted to, if you wanted an extra room, you could put up a couple walls and close this up, and then you'd have your third bedroom. And then here we have the laundry room right off the den. Okay, so you got washer and dryer inside the unit, which is always good. The atrium, which we already talked about, and then here's the first full bathroom. So we'll call this bathroom number 1. So again, you know, this is all older tiles. You could replace. I think the flooring is newer. This is not real marble. It's a tile, but it's a marble print. And then you have a sink. Okay, so that's bathroom number 1. And then we'll move over here. We'll call this bedroom number 1. And we'll go and see the master last. So we got access, so you can see the outside. No access to the outside, but windows to kind of see the surrounding hillside there. So good sized bedroom number 2, and then a full closet. All right. So we're coming back out to the living area, and then the master is, oh sorry, the reason why I forgot to mention, so the garage is on that, behind that wall. This wall, whole wall here, is sharing with the other unit on the other side. So you will potentially hear people on the other side in this bedroom, right? Behind that wall in the bathroom, and in the laundry, which really doesn't matter, in the garage doesn't really matter. So at least the master bedroom, which is, you know, when you look at it, you're like, oh, the master bedroom is right next to the main living area. Not ideal, but the reason why is so that you have complete privacy on this side of the building, because the other room, again, touches the neighbor. So good sized master. Here's the walk-in closet. Really, it's deeper than you think. So when you're just looking at it from the outside, it actually has a pretty good depth. So a good master closet. And then this is an overhang, but they converted it similar to the last property that we saw on the first floor in Burlingame, sorry, where they enclosed the outside patio. In this case, it's not the full patio, it's just a portion of it. So they could have some outdoor area not completely exposed to the elements, connected to the master. So you can see it's just this little rectangle here that's enclosed, and it has windows. And then the rest of the overhang on the far left and on the far right is just exposed. So it's a little nice to have an outdoor area where, you know, again, protected from if it's raining, etc. Okay, so here's another closet. So this is two big closets, so good amount of storage right off the master. Closet number 1, closet number 2. So pretty big closet space. And then the master, good sized master with a lot of light in it right now. Now, toilet, double vanity on this bathroom. So this is bathroom number 2, master bedroom, call it bedroom number 2. And then your shower, which is pretty deep. This, again, old tiles in the tub. Now, right behind it is the atrium, which is why all this light's coming in, right? You've got the atrium in the middle to bring that light in, which is actually a really good feature because, you know, it's not as bright, obviously, here in the main room. The bathroom, you have a nice light, but clearly there's a lack of privacy right now because there's no window treatments, there's no curtains. But you definitely want to put in curtains here because on the other side of the atrium is a living area, so you can see right in to, you know, taking a bath or coming out of the shower. So, you know, that's just simple window treatments. You could pull it up to bring in the light and then pull it down for privacy. And then a couple cabinets. Okay, so now a couple other things. Here's a linen closet right off the master as well. And then again, that's the little den area. You could put the piano. And then we're on the other side of the atrium looking into the master bathroom. So again, you need to put up blinds. All right, so now directions. So we'll go outside lastly, but so as I mentioned in my email, when you're looking out the front door, this is the south direction. Okay, so, you know, looking out this way, that is south. Okay, out the front door is south. So south facing. So you are typically going to get the most light coming in from this way throughout the day. So in the kitchen will, you know, have decent light, but you have the tree in the way. But still, it should bring in the light throughout the day, you know, because of south facing. And as you asked about, you can't even see the golf course from out here because just the way that, you know, we're situated on a hill. Because if we go out, the yard, the direction of the golf course is this way, right? So I was saying in my email, when you're out here on the outside yard, and this is good, it's a small area, so not much to maintain. That way is the golf course, but because, again, it's situated on the hill, and what I meant by that was that you got this fence here, so there's privacy, and then you got the trees up there, so you can't even really, you're not impacted by the golf course at all. Plus, there's another row of homes on the other side, which is with that gate outside that I talked about in the beginning of the video. It's another community, so you got a full row of houses. I didn't know if you actually wanted to be on the golf course, but This is not a property that's on the golf course, but it does provide privacy from the golf course even when you're outside. So the benefit of this outdoor area is that you do have complete privacy because there's no other neighbors on that side. And you probably remember the first home that we shot a video at in Danville, where, you know, the outside yard, you could see your neighbors on either side. Here, this has complete privacy. The only neighbors that you could see is on this side, but they're not going to be on back here because it's not, you know, it's not developed in a way where they're going to actually be outside because they each have this fence. So they're going to have one equivalent on their side. So there isn't going to be anyone back here. So you do have, again, the net result is you're going to have privacy. And then here's that enclosure. So this is the master bedroom outdoor enclosure area, and the rest is just open. So you do have a nice little eating out area out here. Just looking to see, that's a tree house there, so you shouldn't, there's a neighbor up on top, right? So they, you know, those are oleanders up there, oleander plants, but you know, you can kind of see a house behind there, so it's still private, but technically if those oleanders weren't there, your neighbors could see into the yard, but the oleanders are providing privacy, so you do have a good amount of privacy. All right, so you know, I think frankly, I think for this one, I think the price is high for the lack of updates that people would want for the price point. And you know, it is a townhome, but, or I need to get clarification on if it's a townhome or a condo. It's certainly not a single-family home because you have an attached wall, so the listing is inaccurate. So my point is that you know, I think it's priced high for what it is in total, and the lack of updates is the main thing that I see here, is maybe why it's still available. So, you know, they're all related together, but it affects price, and that it's just priced a little high. So if you are interested, we can have Jeanette come out to take a look at it. You know, it's basically first person to submit an offer that the seller will be happy with. Is kind of how it works when the offer date passes and no offers were received. It could have been, and I have not connected with the agent, but it could have been that they did receive offers, they just didn't get the price that they wanted. So I can find that out if you are interested. Next steps would be, if you are interested, of course, would have Jeanette come see it, and then to look at the disclosures. So to assess the health of the property through any inspections that they provided and known issues that the seller documents for a potential buyer or new owner. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Again, I think this, from my perspective, is a clean home and checks the boxes so far, the updated criteria that you have. So let me know if, you know, how you'd like to proceed. Thanks, Uncle Jeff. Thank you, Auntie Ann, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.